Hi there, my beautiful beings. How are you today? So in this video, we wanted to talk more about forgiveness, as this is the theme for this beautiful month. Now, so many of us seem to believe that if we forgive, that we let that person off the hook. I know, because I was in this space for over 20 years with my mum. I, honestly believed if I forgive her, that just gives her, the right to come back into my life and to do whatever she wants and, wreak havoc, take control again. All of that. That's one of the fears that holds us back sometimes with forgiveness. We seem to think that if we forgive, that gives them, then that gives them the space to come back into our lives. That's the first fear. That then they can come back in and they can just keep hurting us over and over and over again because we've forgiven them. But they haven't changed. See, this is the illusion. We've forgiven them, but they haven't changed. So, of course, they're going to come back in and, step all over us or do whatever it is that they did in the first place that hurt us. They're just going to come back in and keep doing that. That's the first fear. The second fear is, okay, if I forgive them, then I'm saying that, it's okay. What they did was okay. Right? If I forgive them, then I'm saying that what they did was okay. Because I forgive them. Some people seem to think that to forgive is to forget. And again, if we've forgiven and we've forgotten, that gives that person, the ability to come back in and hurt us again. And this is where so many of us get caught up in, we need boundaries. But that's not what we're going to talk about in this video. We've done boundaries. That's not the topic for this video. The topic for this video is that we seem to think the illusion is that somehow forgiveness has something to do with the other person, with that person that hurt you, with that person that abused you in some way, whether physical, whether sexual, whether verbal, mental, all of them. Whatever pain and suffering they caused you, we believe that forgiveness has something to do with them. And the truth is, my beautiful beings, that forgiveness is always, first and foremost, always for you. It is never about the other person, ever. All of those fears, all of those beliefs are what keep you in unforgiveness. That if we forgive, we're letting that person back in. Okay, I'll forgive you, but I don't want you in my life. Does that feel like forgiveness to you? That I can forgive you, but I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want you in my life. I'm sorry. You hurt me once and that's enough for me. So, my beautiful beings, the truth. Let's get to the truth. So, you are unconditional love in your core, in who you truly, truly are. You are energy. And this energy is called by many names: universal life force energy, spirit, God, unconditional love. I love that one, unconditional love, because it always reminds me that this love has no conditions. This is who you truly are, a love with no conditions. And if this is who you truly are, when you forgive that person, why do you need to set any conditions? Why do you need to set a boundary that, you know what, I don't want you in my life? That is not to forgive. That's not the real deal. And you'll know, feel it within yourself. If I say to you, I forgive you, but, you know, I don't want anything to do with you. Don't call me, I don't want anything to do with you. Just leave me the heck alone. You know, you did what you did, and I had to get, you know, survive through that. But I don't want anything to do with you. Keep your distance. Stay away. Now feel into your heart. How does that even feel? Does that feel like unconditional love to you? Does that feel expansive? Because that's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is about you freeing yourself from that burden, from that weight. That is what forgiveness truly is. You're freeing yourself. Forgiveness is always first and foremost for you. Never for the other person. Never. It's always about you, forgiveness. It's about you freeing yourself from that burden, letting that go. And when we say letting that go, we mean letting that go. You see, as spirit in human form, each one of us has a beautiful soul, and each soul comes here to have an experience. And so before it comes, it reaches out to all these other souls. Will you play this role for me that I may have this experience? Can you do this role for me at this time so that I can have this experience? Can you do this? Can you do this? And because it is all unconditional love, all of these beautiful souls are a yes to all of it. All of it. No matter what it looked like, they are a yes to all of it. Now, what many people do not realize, because this is what happened to me, is that the higher and higher and higher you vibrate, the higher you raise your frequency, these beings tend to fall away. They leave your field because they no longer resonate with your frequency. So do not be afraid of stepping into the unconditional love that you are, because when you step up into that, there will be so many beautiful beings waiting there to meet you at that frequency. And the ones that don't match that frequency, they will move away. They will stop calling. They will stop trying to communicate with you. This is what happened with my parents. The last time I went to visit them, I had already been through the whole forgiveness process. This was 2 years ago now, and I felt so light, and I felt so full of love for these two beautiful beings that brought me into the world. So full of love. All I wanted to do was give them my love. Let them know how much I loved them. And what happened, the more I tried, the more they closed themselves off. And when I came back to Australia after visiting them in South America, they don't talk to me anymore. They won't answer my phone calls, my messages, because we're not on the same frequency. They're still in unforgiveness and resentment. My mum, my dad, the first day I was there was going on about his brothers and all the crappy things they've done to him, how they've hurt him in this lifetime, and it didn't matter what I said, it didn't matter what I did. I couldn't alleviate that pain in him, which is all I wanted to do. But that's his path, that's his journey. And it's not for me to judge. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just what his, soul came to experience, that everyone lets you down, that everyone is going to hurt you. That the only person, basically, that he can count on is my mum. And Mum's the same. The only person that she can count on is my dad. Everyone else is going to let you down. Everyone else is going to hurt you. You know? That's the experience they came to have. To be in this dense energy. You know, this heaviness. And that's perfect for them. So, my beautiful beings, there is nothing to fear as you begin the process of forgiveness and you start to let go of things that you no longer need to hold on to. You don't need it. You know, we have all these beliefs and all these fears in place because we believe that it keeps us safe from them hurting us. These beings that caused us so much pain and trauma and suffering. I spent 7 years in my 20s, trying to think now, mid-20s, early 30s, over 7 years. I just didn't want to talk to them. I wouldn't, answer their messages. I wouldn't answer. I wasn't talking to them. I was just so hurt and I was so done, with feeling that way. And I couldn't, at the time, I couldn't work out how to talk to my mum without getting this knot in my stomach, without feeling this tension in my body when I was around her. I didn't know how to not feel that way. And because I felt so yucky around her, was that, I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to feel that way anymore. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel the knot in my stomach. I don't want to feel yucky around her. This yuckiness. I can't even explain it, but I knew how I felt when I would talk to her and she would make me feel not good enough, or ashamed or guilty or all of those things. I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And somehow I thought that avoiding her, I wouldn't have to feel that. If I just avoided talking to her or being in her presence, then I didn't have to feel that way. But that being, like all beings in your life, is serving your beautiful human experience. And it's not from running away from that or ignoring that or blocking it out that you're free from it. You can't free yourself that way by ignoring it or by not talking to them, not wanting them in your life, all of that. When you feel into that energy. I don't want to talk to them. All they do is make me feel hurt. I don't want them in my life. How does that feel inside when you say these words, when you feel this way? How does that feel to you? I don't want them in my life. They're your parents. I don't want to talk to them. If I don't talk to them, I don't have to feel bad about anything. I don't have to feel bad. But I don't want to talk to them. And so every time the phone rings and their name shows up on that phone, or they send you an email and you see their name in the subject line, you can see they've sent you something. It doesn't go away by ignoring it. None of it goes away by ignoring it. If anything, it keeps that pattern in place longer, more. And if it's not resolved in this lifetime, if you haven't understood why it's there, why your soul chose to go through that experience, you get to come back and do it all over again. On a deeper level, perhaps with more abuse or more whatever, trauma, because you didn't get it the first time. So you've got to come back again and again and again until it's resolved, until you've understood the lesson I guess, or the knowledge that your soul was looking to gain from that experience. So, my beautiful beings, whatever beliefs you have in place as to why you can't forgive, today we invite you to look at that list. What is the reason you can't forgive? What do you think is in place that is keeping you safe? This is your life. How do you want it to look? Do you want to spend the rest of your days like that? I remember when Mum and Dad decided we're not talking to this aunt and uncle now. And we would, we'd be somewhere, we'd be shopping, and we'd see them. And there was this awkwardness because they weren't saying hello to them. They weren't even saying hello to them. They were just completely ignoring them like they don't exist. Rather than just have a conversation of, you did this and it upset me, or you said this and it upset me. And try and give the other person a chance to say, oh, look, that's not how I'm, I didn't mean it that way. It could have been that simple, that conversation, But no, let's just stay angry with them and not talk to them. And and how does that make you feel? And what a lot of people, we don't even realize that physically our body is taking all of that on. That tension, that stress that you feel. When my stomach was in knots, my body was taking all of that on. Health-wise, you're affected. It creates tension in your body. It creates stress in different areas of your body. Your body takes that on. That's its job. And if you do it enough, if that tension, that stress is there long enough, it creates disease in your body. Dis-ease. I love how they break that up in videos, that I've watched. Dis-ease, because your body is no longer at ease. It's in discomfort. It's been sitting with that tension, that stress there for so long that now your body is yelling out to you. How much longer are you going to hold on to this? How much longer? When are you going to start looking at it? Is it time? The beauty of all these courses we've created is so that you don't have to do it alone. Even if you just choose the online course to do, I am in all the videos with you. And you have full support. At any time you can send an email. Oh look, I've watched this video and all of this is coming up. We're there. Just like that, you receive a response. We are with you the whole way. We are in this together because we are one. It is all spirit. The day you understand that, the moment that makes sense for you, it is all spirit. It is all one. There's only one of us in the room. It doesn't matter how you get there. If that is your desire in your heart to be free, to not be angry anymore, to not be resentful anymore, if that is your desire, if you can see it, if you can see yourself free of that, then we are here for you. We are here. We know these courses work. We know. And we know we are here to help. But you know in your heart, we want you to know that we are in this together. You will never be doing this alone. We are always with you, always. All right, my beautiful beings, you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it alone. We were never meant to. This is just what we've stepped into in this lifetime. There's this huge, it's like a weight on our shoulders. It's been placed there that somehow if we do everything by ourselves, we are stronger, we are better. It says what about us? Because we figured it all out on our own. Because we did it all by ourselves. We are stronger when we are together. Always. So, my beautiful beings, we are here for you. Ask. You can ask in the comments. You can ask in an email. Whatever you're not sure about, ask. That's why we're here, to serve you. All right, my beautiful beings. We love you guys. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the beautiful messages coming through. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.